little FPV drone, Beta FPV Pavo Femto, right? Pretty cool little drone. My first, little foray into the FPV drones. Assembly wasn't too bad. It's got a pretty ingenious little design here. It's very sturdy. I've dropped this thing plenty of times and it's still going on strong. And then I'm just flying it with this guy. So the bro Chad Brains a while back recommended this controller, and it is a great controller, the Radio Master Boxer. I ended up getting the 4-in-1 for some reason, not ELRS, so I had to add one of those little modules in there to communicate with the drone. But otherwise, yeah, this one's great because, it's got USB-C charging, but it's also got a USB-C data input, so you can hook it up to your computer and fly around on a sim with it, which is pretty awesome. So I'll say, like, in reality, my learning curve here was I got pretty good on a simulator. I got to the point on a simulator with what I thought was sort of a similar drone that I felt really comfortable. Like I could almost do anything, right? But that was in level mode. I still fly it pretty good in acro in a simulator, but I realized that didn't really translate out to the real world for a lot of possible reasons, right? Even just flying in level mode, it's just way easier for me in the simulator because all the responses are pretty much exact, identical. They're computer-like, right? The first flights, my first thought is like, man, I feel like I'm going to crash this thing instantly. Like as soon as I bring it up in the air and as soon as it starts drifting, the moment I try to make any form of compensation, I'm just going to go nuts with it. And that's pretty much what was happening a lot of times. So basically what it took is just enough muscle memory where your brain understands the very, very minuscule movements that you're making in these joysticks, right? And once you kind of get that down, it's sort of like riding a bike. It's hard to explain. Like, as soon as I fly it up immediately now, it's just my thumbs just automatically kind of know what to do. And from there, it's a matter of getting real good at, finding a flow, hitting your angles right, understanding the wind, really getting an idea of what the drone's doing, even though you might not be able to hear the props at the time, right? So that's a big issue for me. When I can hear the prop response, it's a lot easier to fly. When I can't, I'm almost like, man, I don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm just trying to be real careful. But I'll say randomly one day when I'm flying, it just magically got way easier. It's kind of hard to explain. Like there was just a certain ledge that I hit where after that point, now I felt pretty comfortable. I could even fly around small rooms, pretty much go anywhere I want. And then I kind of put it to the side for a couple weeks and then I picked it up again and I realized like, hey, it almost is like riding a bike. Like I didn't have to start all over again, right? So again, practice is still going to be really important flying a ton of packs, but I'll say that the process is not as bad as you might think it's going to be when you first start out. Because when you first start out, you might be like, holy freaking crap, this is impossible. But I'm telling you, if you just stick with it for a little while, you're going to like exponentially jump to more confidence at a certain point, right?
We stole from every cloud that studied majesty. Look, we